Hello, my name is Marissa and welcome to She Breathes Easy, an online yoga studio to help you live your life with ease and energy. So today we're going to be chatting through 4 things to avoid when it comes to creating a consistent yoga practice and seeing growth. I feel like these are so key for starting your yoga practice and allowing yourself to have a journey as a yoga student. I'm a 330-hour yoga teacher and I've been coming onto my mat for over a decade. And obviously through the last 10 years of my life, I've had a lot of changes. I've had a lot of seasons of life. I've had a lot of moves and relationships and travel and so many things, so many ways that life can get in the way. And I truly feel like there are things to avoid when it comes to coming back to your mat and giving yourself the space to truly benefit from this practice. So let's get started. Okay, tip number 1 is don't do one kind of yoga practice or one kind of yoga class. This was something that I think I did for the first few years, which I would go to this one power vinyasa yoga class. And that was it. That was the only yoga I went to. That was all I really knew yoga was. Yoga is 8 limbs. 1 limb is asana, the yoga practice, the physical practice. There are 7 other limbs to explore. And on top of that, there are so many other variations. If you're going to yoga classes, there are so many different practices. And I think how a lot of people fall off their practice is because they're not meeting themselves where they're at. We're not all needing a power vinyasa class every day. I think if I did, I'd probably burn myself out. You need the balance, you need the yin yoga, you need the breathing, you need the mindfulness, you need so many aspects of yoga that can't be just one yoga class or one type of yoga. Okay, another thing to avoid, number 2, is stop comparing yourself to others. I know how easy this is, and I see it all the time when I'm teaching, that people are looking at other people. And I know, especially when you're first starting out, sometimes you need to look at other people because you don't know what to do. But I think there's an internal dialogue that happens when you're comparing yourself, especially comparing your body, comparing your ability. We can get competitive. And I think the sooner you can let this go, the better your yoga practice will serve you. A great tip for this as well is to close your eyes. I mention it all the time when I'm teaching. Give yourself the invitation to close your eyes, to feel into what's happening in your body, and also letting go of the visuals allows you to turn inward and benefit from the practice and get what it's really about. My 3rd thing to avoid is don't fall into the yoga every damn day hashtag. I don't know if you've seen this. I feel like hopefully people don't use it as much as when I was first starting to get on my mat. But when I first started getting on Instagram, and I would always see this hashtag, yoga every damn day. And this is such a problematic thing. First off, it's very harsh. But it's also going against the part of yoga where you're listening to your body, right? You don't have to do what I mean by yoga every damn day is doing a physical practice every day. You don't always have to do a challenging physical practice every day. You can do a meditation one day. You can do a mindful walk. You can journal. You can breathe. There are so many ways to do yoga daily without burning yourself out or feeling like you need to hit this expectation of I have to do it every day, every damn day. I can't. And my last thing to avoid when it comes to getting on your mat, creating a consistent practice and seeing growth is don't fall into the trap of choosing the same things every time. So an example of this is when I first started, I was very competitive with myself, really. And whenever the teacher would offer a bind in side angle, which is essentially wrapping your arms behind your back and interlacing the fingers, and I naturally have very open shoulders. So every single time the teacher would offer this, I would come into a bind. And over time, it became autopilot for me. I didn't really think about it. I didn't really check in with my body and see if it needed it. I just did it for the sake of doing it. And I think when you don't fall into the autopilot of I always do this, so I'll just do it, take a moment and really check in with your body. and don't fall into the trap of I can, so I will. I think it's also a really beautiful reminder to remember that your yoga practice is here to always teach you about yourself. So if you do feel like you do that constantly, maybe you check in with yourself when that happens, or ask yourself, why do I always choose that? Is it because it feels good, or because I feel like that's what I should do? Just something to think about. I think that's where the real growth happens. So I hope all this was helpful. These are tips that I honestly constantly come back to because I also am in my yoga practice and I'm also learning about myself. And I think something that we can all value from is releasing the expectations, the judgments, the comparisons, the mindset shifts that happen when we get on our mat consistently. And if you do need support with this, I have my 30-minute intention call. It's a free call that I offer, just 30 minutes to hop on and really get to know each other, to chat through your yoga journey, and to allow you the space to think about your intention for your yoga practice. So whether you're trying to get to a certain posture, or you just need to make space for yourself, to create time for yourself, you need that extra support and accountability, that's what my private sessions are here for. And I absolutely love my private sessions. I cater every single flow to exactly what you need. We meet every week for 60 minutes. And it is just such a journey. I feel like I see the growth in each and every one of my clients, like after a few sessions, honestly. There's always this shift that happens after like the first month, and it's amazing to witness, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So if you're interested, book a free call with me. It's in the description. I'll put the link in the description below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Not only do I chat through different things involving your yoga practice, but I have a bunch of yoga flows on here that you can always come back to start to create your yoga practice for yourself. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.